Heyo. Heyo. Marco. Marco. I was trying to get it to say Polo, but it'll just answer back the same thing that I do. So I say Marco, he says Marco. 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 What kind of terrible game of Marco Polo is that? Anyways, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller. It's a 3D top-down, relentlessly top-down puzzle-solving adventure game. Relentlessly, always looking down. You say, I want to move the camera to a different point of view to see something else. No. Oh, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You move your body in the game, the camera will follow with you. That's the control you get. It sounds like I'm taking away things from the player, but actually, I'm giving them something. I'm giving them the freedom to not be required to fiddle with the camera view. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you lots of things. I'll show you axles. So the start of each stream is a demo of work previously completed. And then I move on to do more work. So if you just want to see where I've gotten to with the game, I say just watch the first part of the stream. It's only going to be maybe 2 to 10 minutes, and it'll show you what I'm up to. Boom. Here we go. Let us demo. Let's demo. Let's demo. Let's demo hard. Play. Oh, I gotta make the demo better. By fixing a few things in the scene. Okay. So, okay, let's turn off the face and let's just get crazy with the axles, because I fixed a bunch of axles. So let's demo axles. I really do like axles. What are they? Or another name for them might be like a turnstile. It's actually kind of a better name. I'm inclined almost to rename them. But okay, so let's see. Let's go with some spikes. Okay. What else? Should I do any more axles? Yeah, let's get crazy with them. Okay. I can't put a whole bunch right next to each other, or they'll just sort of block, and they'll just be kind of a mess of objects that you can't do much with. Let's take out the spikes so it doesn't block the axle. Yeah, it's starting to get crowded. Yeah, let's move this one over here. Alright, that should do it for now. Then the real test is when I hit play, do all these axles not get mangled up in the hierarchy, which is the bug that I fixed yesterday. And now I'm almost nervous to hit play because maybe the bug will come back. I think I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it. Before I hit play, though, I'll do organize scene because that was causing the error before. So let me organize the scene. What organize scene does, it's some custom code. It looks through all the game objects in the hierarchy, and it says, according to the conventions of my project, where should all these things go? And so, okay, that worked. At the top level, I've got, some kind of basic objects. There's a booter, which has game objects which are meant to persist between scenes. Player cam is a camera object. Main is sort of a game object that has got other things that aren't part of the level proper, but are used to handle the game at playtime. Okay, editor is sort of like the same thing, but for handling stuff at edit time. So there's some objects in there. Player is the player game object, and level is the level. And inside of the level, you got decorations and lighting. When I do organize scene, it kind of grabs things and puts them where I'd expect them to be. And it also complains if these key game objects are not present. It says, you're missing main. I don't see main. So by having this organized scene here, it's gonna I'm talking way too much about something that is not even what I wanted to demo. It makes it so that as I do editing on different levels, and maybe come back to old levels I haven't touched in some months, that it'll still sort of be standardized and consistent. So if I've got some code that really needs for there to be a game object in a certain location in the hierarchy, organized scene will notice that I've got things in weird places and tell me to fix it. Okay, here we go. Here's the game. So as I was explaining at the top, relentlessly top down. So the camera is always just going to be looking down at the player like this. And then when you go someplace, this is not the best example, but when you go someplace where the camera would be obscured, it'll duck down underneath the thing that's obscuring it. Okay, so it's not perfect, but the intent is we don't have the player controlling the camera, that we don't have the player just trying to get the camera in the right spot all the time to see things. And that puts pressure back on me as the level designer to make levels where you don't feel like you need to grab that camera and move it around different ways. So I just want the player to kind of feel confident about doing things in the world without fiddling with stuff. And camera adjustment, that to me that's a form of fiddling. It sounds like a degree of freedom, but it stops being a degree of freedom when doing well in the game requires you to manipulate it. So I'd rather have the situation be that you do not need to manipulate the camera. If it was a game that was about camera manipulation, then it would be a different story. But that's the problem. If I put a whole bunch of these things down and get real excited about it, they tend to block each other. So you can see how so far I've been unsuccessful in turning any of these because they're just kind of blocked by different things. Kind of just get one to turn, maybe this one, if I'm over on the other side of it. There's one, it turned. Okay, cool. And this guy, the brawler, is blocking this one from turning. Maybe if I draw him over here, and fling there, then I can open it. So there's stuff like that. Flinging, if you don't know, that's when you hold down the shift key and the seek rays go out and they show like where you'll land when you fling. and you push in the direction you want to go. So you can see how a person could design puzzles around these axles. They could be very tactical in moving these brawlers around and kind of keeping them away from you. Because you can create like obstacles and the brawlers can't really get to you. There's other creatures that are more deadly where you definitely want to have obstacles between you. There's a creature called the Beamer, which just has a unstoppable death ray. Well, it is stoppable though, because you could put one of these axle spokes between you and its deadly beam. Suddenly you're safe. Other things you can do, I didn't position these right to do it, but if you can get up above and land on top of one of the spokes, and you've set up a path, you can walk on top of the spokes to get to places. I'm wondering if there's any way with this level I can get on top of the spokes. That's maybe an interesting puzzle. I'll see if I can do it. Maybe over here? No, doesn't look like it. Yeah, over here I would be dropping down short of the spoke. No, I didn't set it up well enough that I'd be able to drop down on top of the spoke. But if you can, then you get to walk on top of them, and then whatever path you made, like right here I've got a kind of a continuous path that I've created going from all the way to here to over here, maybe down here. And then, you know, you can push these around and set up different kinds of paths. So that's a fun kind of puzzle you get out of it. Also, there's these spikes on one side. I didn't make this very well to give it much ability to swing because it's blocked by this wall underneath here. But you can do fun things like push this and have the spiky part land on top of a creature and kill the creature. So anyways, that's a demo. Going back to flinging. When you start the game, you don't have the ability to fling. Alright. I'm also kind of fiddling around picking up these bonuses because it's fun. Okay, I keep getting distracted because the game is actually fun, which is awesome. So flinging, when you start out, you can't do the fling. So you just kind of forced to walk around slowly. But then, early in the game, there's an object that a character named God, a fictitious God, tells you, don't go and get this thing called the Apple of Infinite Speed. Just stay away from it. It's not for you. It's a little bit like a spoof of the Garden of Eden story. And of course, you start lusting after that Apple of Infinite Speed because, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be pretty good. You get to go fast. You become more powerful. So you go pick it up, and suddenly you can fling, 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 fling. It's fun. I created the Apple of Infinite Speed. It's got some nice special effects that go with it. At one point I lost my project and the Apple wasn't quite right after that. Today I'm going to fix it, restore it to its former state of glory, and maybe even a little bit better than what it was before. That is today's mission on a Friday evening, kicking off my weekend. You say you want to have a party. Here's the party right here. We're gonna sit down together, you and me, and we're gonna code. We're gonna code. One of us is gonna code. The other one might just watch me code. Yeah. Anyways, this is our party right here. Pour yourself a strong sarsaparilla. Let me switch to the other level that's got the apple of infinite speed in it. Boom, ba-dum. Let me say, Paradise! Welcome to Paradise. Yeah, sure, let's save that. Is it loading? Or is it, what is it doing? Oh yeah. God. Unity, you need to be a better communicator. Okay. Here is the first level called Paradise. Is it Paradise or is it Paradise? Hard to say. I mean, I should be able to say. I came up with it, but sometimes it feels like it should be Paradise and sometimes it should be Paradise! Like Ricardo Montalban might say it. Welcome to Paradise! Welcome to Fantasy Island. The original was much better than the new one. Okay, so this is the apple of infinite speed. Let me show you the status quo. And I'm not getting the good lighting yet. It always takes a little while to kick in, the light map generation. But I'm going to go forward without it. There she is down there. Now, what it's supposed to do, and what it will do, is when you drop down, it starts getting a little more agitated. It speeds up. You get closer. It glows more. The rings glow more. And then you come up the stairs. It goes into even a more agitated mode. And then you come up to the top here, and it freaks the fuck out. And then you go and grab this guy here. And sounds like I'm like getting emotionally cracked up about this. It just something about talking and my bad posture in this chair gives me the hiccups almost every time. So I'm not getting emotionally caught up in this. It's just fending off some hiccups. Okay, so then you grab the apple and then it should disappear. And then all the loud sound effects go away. The rings go away. The rings actually float up to the sky. You're going to see all that in this session. With just an ordinary amount of luck, you will see all of those things. Or if you don't feel like watching me do the work, just check out the demo at the beginning of tomorrow's stream. Okay. Yeah. I want to load in the Apple sound effects. Is this a big static class? No. Alright, so I gotta do my pocket plan here. Let's see, sound effect manager, GoCat. Okay, so I would load melodic from the sound effect manager. That's how I would do it. Level controller calls Paradise level controller calls Apple init I think I'm gonna do something where I'm just gonna add a little space. So if you see the screen, there's like a chat session there up on the right. And so what happens is I leave the old chat session up because I don't know, I just like it. But my eye keeps on coming back to whatever the last thing was, which is somebody who dropped in on yesterday evening session and wanted help with his programming thing. Not a real contributor to the stream, just kind of like probably some student trying to get some assignment done and just want some quick help. I get about 1 or 2 of those a week. I'm usually pretty generous talking to him. But anyways, my eye keeps going to that guy's question, even though he's not even here anymore. So I just put a little ... underneath him, and then my eye will stop going to his question like it's live. But if somebody else pops in and types something, I'll still notice it. There's probably better solutions than that, but that'll suffice for the time being. Okay. Making my pocket plan. Okay. Let's see, does this have... Not it doesn't have any way to test the various things. Kind of makes sense that it wouldn't. Set mode. Okay. Ooh, that might be biting off more than I can chew in one session. Okay, I'll say in this session I will get the various modes working. Including visual and sound effects. But that's all I'm committing to for this session. If it goes by really fast, I might add a stretch goal for myself, but that's enough. By the way, I've got new 3D models from Isak. So he really worked fast and well on that project. So I'll be introducing that probably over the weekend. But I gotta sort out a few things before I do that. Okay. Later. Okay. Just recently changed my programming style a little bit to just not always specify the private, because that is the default scope for methods. So I decided I prefer the brevity of not specifying it when the intent is for it to be private. Okay. Sound effect. Let me check these again. Well, there's some place where it should have some errors. Is there like another? Oh, okay. Oh, right here. Okay, so is it Apple low, medium, high? Okay, those are the things I need. making sure I've got this organized in a way that isn't too cluttered. So usually I go with my private class declarations first. Okay, then public values, then private values, private variables. Got some ints here. Statics. There's a lot in here. Oh, and this is kind of repeating again down here. Organize this a little bit better. Okay. Guess I don't really need an init. I could just do this. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's right here. There we go. Stop doing that. Yeah, it's not worth having a whole function just for that. Oh, it's static. No, not static. Okay, fine. Fine. What did I used to do? So this is let's see. Never mind. Oh, okay. Little sound effect. What do all these do? I totally forgot what they all do. So if I say just play at, it's going to take a random note that's in key, if it's melodic, and it will be melodic. That's all I need, just play at. Cool. I'll put this in start. So I want to make sure that the booter class I'm relying upon has already been loaded. So the sound effect manager is a booter object, and that implies a bunch of conventions and things, but basically it's got potentially it's got some init tasks that it performs at awake. So if I set these down in start, then I know that this guy is going to be done initializing. It may not even have any initialization tasks now, but if it does later, I don't want this code to get messed up because things are done in different sequences. No private. I don't want more private. Okay, so that should do that. What else? Stop. No. What am I doing? You want current mode. No, actually, if I just set this, I think it's just going to make that assignment for me, but let's double check. Yeah, all good. Okay, next thing is getting the assets for the sound effects set up correctly. Are they in here already? Looks like no. Oh, Paradise. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, that sounds, well, it will be low because it's A1. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see what the octave range is here. So I've got 1 through 4. C sharp is 2 through 5. E is 2 through 5. G is 2 through 4. I feel like I don't want to lose the lows. I can only do three octaves here. So the question is, do I try to represent this lowest octave, or am I satisfied with that being the lowest? So if I went like that, it'd be, which sounds awesome. I don't want to lose that. What about this? I only have the first octave on one of the notes. The rest are all starting at second octave. Some of these go up to 5 too. How high is that? It's too high. I'm going to take that one out. Okay. It's too high. So my last question is, for the one note where I have 4 octaves to choose from, do I want to be consistent on my low note and make it the octave number 2? Or, for the sake of a more interesting overall sound, do I want to, for this one note, replace it with the super low octave? And I'm remembering that my interpolation code is probably going to depend upon all of the notes being in the same octave. So I've got code that says in between the spaces of notes you don't have samples for, go up and down in pitch by certain amounts. And it's just not going to work well if I don't have them all in the same octave. So to me that means that this one's got to go, much as I love it. Alright. So I'm going to rename these. Okay, make all of these addressable. Force all of them to mono. I rant against Unity quite a bit, but I really do enjoy the new addressable system they came up with. It's very intuitive. It no longer requires that I build to an asset bundle prior to having that asset available at runtime. At least, you know, when I run inside of the editor. So, praise where it's due. Addressables are awesome. I like addressables a lot. Okay. So it's A sharp, C sharp, E, G. That doesn't seem right. A sharp, C sharp, okay. Then was it E and G? Yes, okay. Okay. So, let me grab my little chromatic scale cheat sheet. Because okay. So I need to have this so it matches the 12 notes in the chromatic scale. So null A between A sharp and C sharp is 1, 2. Between C sharp and E, 1, 2. Okay, between E and G is 2. And then there's one more at the end. Okay. Medium is 3rd octave. Let me double check the addressables. That looks right to me. So Paradise Apple A2 should be what it matches. Yep. No, just say this the right way. I wish it would remember the light map and just apply the light map as it was before. Okay. So, since I'm going to be play testing this a number of times, let me take M. M is the main player character, and put her closer. I'll stick her down. Wow, there's a chance this will work first try. I'm going to give it a 17% chance of working on the very first try. Oh, I shouldn't have done the maximize on play. Okay, it's working, but because I did maximize, I can't easily get to the code that would change the mode, and I do want that. So let's restart this without maximizing. Mimble! What's going on, Mimble? Next mode, will it work? Yep. Cool. I'm from Seattle, which is in the United States. Next mode. That one's not playing anything. Don't know why. No idea why. 13. What kind of stuff are you into? Are you doing any like game development or programming or art or anything like that? Oh, very cool. That's weird. So I increase it to the next mode and it does speed up, but it stops playing the music. So I'll have to debug that. Do I rate one of your sites? Not sure what you mean by that. Okay, there's the complete effect. Okay, so this is close to working as it was originally intended. So there's 0, which now I've lost my rings, but then there's 1, oh, so you say, do I rate one of your sites? And I don't understand what you're asking. Do you mean would I visit one of your sites or give it a rating in some way? I don't understand the rate part. Yeah, I don't understand. Where would I go to rate one of your sites? Okay, I'll tell you what. If you give me a URL to your website, I will take a look at it. I'll look at it not on the stream though, just for a moment, because there are many people that come onto the stream and they say things that are designed to, yeah, okay, there we go. I will take a look at it on my other window here. Execute world. Entrance. Data, this is news. Read more. We test the news. Tops. Coins, vote, ban list. I'm reading like English translated. The original is in Russian. Donut. You click on the donut. It says, "Oh, the programmer is lazy," and until it is screwed. Articles, rules. In Russian. I can't read it. I don't know Russian. FAQ. How to start the game. I'm using too new of a browser. Roll back to the previous version or use Internet Explorer. Okay. You made this website? Private, yeah. Okay. I looked at the website. I don't know what to do with it, but I mean, if you made it, that's kind of cool. Let's see. So, why is it that on mode 2 it stops playing the sounds? It's a Minecraft server. Oh, I love Minecraft. So what did you use to make the website? Like what, maybe programming language, or how did you make the website? Why? Personal cabinet. Back to calm, agitated, excited. Excited is not working for whatever reason. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Да, нет. До свидания. And there's like food words like piroshki, pierogi. But I've not spent any time learning Russian though. Cyrillic letters, I like how they look, but I don't understand them. I only know 2 languages. I know English and a little bit of Spanish. No, I guess I know a little bit of German. Then you know 2 languages, at least 2. You know Russian, you know English. Yeah. Alright, let's see, what else? I want to know why it stops playing the music when I go to a certain mode. So I'm debugging here. Let's see, 5% 3. So let's see. Okay. Nice to run into you. Good luck on your websites. Have fun. Oh, please try to say Noka Poka Bye. До свидания. Sorry, my Russian is not good. It's not even bad. It's almost non-existent. No Russian. Oh, you just watching movies. You just watch movies and there'll be somebody that says that, and then you remember that. It's not good. It's not good Russian at all. It's not even. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Someone's knocking at my door. I have to go see. Передо привет всем followerам. See, you might be getting me to say horrible things because I don't know the meaning. You might be getting me to say like swear words or something. I don't know. Передо привет всем followerам. Ah, nice. All right, let's see. Get this thing debugged. Okay, not all of the audio clips loaded. Oh shit. Out of memory loading input data. I need to close this. Yes and no. Okay. I'll say yes and no. Because I know 13 is a good age to get deep into writing code. And also I don't know you. I don't know if you really are a 13-year-old, for example. But probably you are. Probably. Let's quit that. But yeah, 13 is when I started programming. So yeah, you probably started even earlier than 13. Which city in Russia do you live in? You know, what city or town do you live in? Like Moscow or maybe I'm not sure like what all cities are in Russia, but yeah, Moscow may be the only city I know in Russia. Actually, I probably know more. I'm just not sure if they're in Russia or maybe they're in Ukraine or some other country in that area. Okay, now I'm starting to see it. Okay, so the problem is These guys are getting called so many times. So many times. 622 times. That's... Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Let me move this down into here. Yeah, TikTok is really popular in the US too. Do you do TikTok? Do you make TikTok videos? До свидания. Have a good time. Передо привет всем фолловерам. Switch to that. Let's say start debugging. Okay, let me see if my sound effects have loaded. Have they truly loaded? Yep, I got 4 here. It looks like it hasn't, I think it hasn't filled in all the interpolation here. So that might mean normalize. That's the one. Okay. This isn't a great way to do it, but I don't want to get bogged down into the sound effects code. So let's say to do add async handling in sound effect manager to normalize after melodic clip set loads. Okay. So that should help. Now I understand why some of the modes weren't playing, because there's a change in key, and when I change keys it's going to request different notes, and the previous notes that were playing in the previous keys, those were loaded into my melodic clip set, but because I hadn't called this normalized thing, it hadn't filled in the gaps for all the other notes. So the melodic clip set has a number of notes that are assigned samples that are loaded, but not all 12 of them. So when I say 12, if you think of a keyboard and you start at the beginning of an octave on C and you go up 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, hitting all the white and black keys, there will be 12 notes before you reach the next octave. So yeah, the interpolation wasn't running that would fill in all the extra notes. I just kind of hacked it in. I think that will do the job. I think it will fix a few bugs. Oh, but I've got it in the debugger, so I gotta next mode. I'm letting it play for a while, just to find bugs. I succeeded in making the neighbor's dog bark. Okay. What is this? It's actually alright. The problem is if I call this code directly from onValidate, and hides one of the game objects, Unity will complain. But it's just like the bug code. It's not a proper bug. It's just code for testing things out. So, in fact, I will delete it. There, I just fixed the bug. Anyways, I have... No, I'll leave it in. I'll leave it in. Because I'll do a demo tomorrow. And I'll show this. And then the next step after that will be getting the level controller working for the level, so that when you do the things which actually cause the Apple to get more excited, it'll be linked to that instead of me putting in this value here in the inspector, which is just a contrivance for testing and development. Alright, I did what I said I was going to do. It makes me happy. I learned a little bit of Russian, which means I want to have sex with all the trackers. I'm pretty sure that little kid, not a little kid, 13-year-old, taught me how to say something obscene in Russian. He was way too anxious to get me to repeat it. That's why I'm suspicious. Nah, he seemed like a nice enough guy. Alright. I did what I said I was going to do. It's victory. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping it. Stopping it right now.